Hello everybody and welcome back to Final Fantasy IV. I am Rufal, playing this game for you. Woo! Well, dealt with Baigan and confirmed that, yeah, apparently the castle is under the control of the enemy. Well, conveniently, we've not encountered any, humans to speak of. So, by getting out of the way, we can make our way to the throne room and actually prepare for one heck of a fight. Which does come with a caveat. That being, time to say goodbye to the twins. Or more appropriately, after the fight is when we'll be saying goodbye to the twins. But, this is our only opportunity to, claim their gear from them. Let's also do other things. Rose, and, alright. A lot of this is so that if an attack comes at the twins, then, well, they're not going to survive it, which means that they're not going to be hoarding away any experience that, the rest of the party could use. But I don't want them to die immediately. So get on with this. Cecil, you've returned at last, and all the stronger for your journey by the looks of it. Majesty. Oh, and look at you, you've become a paladin, is it? I'm afraid that won't do at all. What? Your liege? Who might that be? Oh, I think I've just remembered. You must mean that old fool who refused to surrender up this kingdom. Yes, that's it. The King of Baigan. It's his part I've been playing all this time. Wait, what'd you do with the king? Would you like to go and see him, this king of yours? You'd best not mistake me for another Scarmiglion. How one as weak as he came to be crowned as an archfiend is something I will never know. I am the Drowned King, Cagnozo. Archfiend of Water and sworn servant of Golbez, bow down before me. Oh boy. I want you to cry, I want you to focus. To haste up Young. Now the key to this battle is in fact entirely tactics. His actual weakness is ice, except in one particular phase of things. Oh! And that is this. This is the gathering of the water. This is what we want the Zeus Wrath for. Shell. That's what I want. I want bio on him. Yes. I want the lightning specifically to blast that water barrier off. Once the water barrier is there, then he absorbs ice damage. Which, make it difficult for Yang to do the damage to him I need him to do. Speaking of... take that! Have some of this! Don't! Slap Yang. Lost! You don't have haste, do you? You do have this. Ow! Don't do that. Ah. Well, the withdrawing into the shell is a clear sign that he's almost down. I do want to actually, bump off the kids. Harsh as that is. And, well, if Cagnazo's not going to do it, then I'll just have to take matters into my own hands. Or rather, Tella's going to have to. Yeah, Palm can take care of himself. Literally. Sadly, even at this point, the tactics don't change. He might, Cagnazo might get a heal off, but we still need to be ready to break up the water. Alright then. Yay! 3 levels for Cecil. 2 levels for Young. And 2 levels for Tella. His back will never recover. Filthy imposter! You've got another thing coming if you think you can keep me locked in that musty old sty like that! Eh? Hey, Sid. Cecil, you're alive! You had me worried, you! Sorry about that. What about Rosa? She ran off after you. Said she was sure you were still alive, but we haven't seen her since. Golbez took her prisoner. Well, you were with her? How could you let that happen? Golbez, eh? Not enough for him to use my airships like that. Has to go and take Rosa, too. Yes, and she is in danger. So if you wouldn't mind leading us to this flying ship of yours, perhaps we could talk on the way. Who's this testy old timer think he is? Wouldn't mind to ask the same of you. Hey, you call me old? They both are rather old. Thank you, Porum. Now, children. It is an honor to meet you, sir, but I fear our situation does dictate haste. Oh, there's a man who knows some manners. So, where's this new airship? Place no one would ever think to look. I thought it might come in handy someday, so... We don't have time for this blathering. Rosa's life is at stake. I know that. No need to be shouting about it. I heard you the first time. Well, follow me.
The drowned king, Kanyatsu, depose, but the wicked are not wont to fall alone. In life, I was terrible. In death, steeped in terror, greater still. Drink the same blood pit for you in hell.
The walls! It's barred! This one too!
Oh, good golly. I don't think pushing on the walls is gonna help us. Well, maybe it'll delay the inevitable. The kids have a different plan.
Pelham! Porum!
Cecil! We'll miss you! It was almost like we gained an older brother.
What's gotten into you two?
We won't let you all die like this! Tella, look after Cecil for us. Together! Now! Right!
Pelham! Porum!
They turned themselves to stone? Hold on now. Essena! Fools. If any of us had to die, it ought to have been me.
They were only children.
I'll fire up the Enterprise! We'll venge them both!
You will answer for this, Golbez.
Meanwhile... So he slew Cagnazzo as well. man has become a force to be reckoned with. With regard to the final crystal, my lord, I'm aware of the situation. The complications are most troublesome. Well, what if we were to have Cecil retrieve it for you? Cecil? He can't refuse. We have Rosa. We could offer an exchange. A crystal for her. Indeed. And when he brings it to us, we can finish him then. Very well. I'll go deliver your terms. More than Cecil will ever be. You'll see that soon enough.
Back in town?
It's here at the castle? The darkest place is under the candlestick, or so they say. Who'd look for it here? Sorry to keep you waiting. Kept you down here for so long, my sweet Enterprise. I guess it's time to be off then, eh? Let me show you what she can do. Wait, what is that? That's a white flag? Ah, the Red Wings are surrendering to us because now we have an airship. Or not.
Kane.
So, you did survive. Impressive.
Kane, what in the world's gotten into you?
Where's Rosa? She's safe, I trust.
Worried about her, are you? If you wish to see Rosa live, fetch me the Earth Crystal from the land of Troya.
What?
A craven play.
I'll make contact once you have it. You do well to hurry, if you value Rosa's life.
How dare you!
Open your eyes to what you're doing, Kane!
This meeting is over.
What do we do? Blast that Kane!
We make for Troya. Sid, set us on a course for the northwest.
Well, that was unfortunate. However, Cecil is quite wrong. We will not make for Troya right away. After all, there's much more for us to do. One of them being, let's get Sid a little bit more properly equipped. Or equipped, as the case may be. Properly equipped definitely is not the right word. However, we shall return into Baigan. There, people have returned. It does leave one to wonder, just, how long had Kegnazo been on the throne? Oh well. Before we set about speculating too much, let's, take a nap, since, our heroes are still looking a little bit maimed. Alright. And just as a matter of reference, well, Lord Captain, must didn't recognize you. You look striking as a king. Yeah, the rightful heir to Baron without the king around is in fact Cecil. Who'd have thought, since he was raised as the king's only son, even if he was adopted. Koba stole the whole fleet. Well, that's something we're just going to have to tackle on our own. Regardless, before we set about doing anything else, let's head back into the waterway. Let's also turn the battle speed back up in case we run into something. So we've come back to the waterway. 4 is fairly simple. Now that Kegnazo has been defeated, he too has an augment for us. This augment is just right here. A tsunami. Which is the big ticket attack of Kegnazo that we didn't let him use. Mostly because it does a whole lot of damage and has a chance of causing instant death. We're going to give this to Tella. There's my door. Ah, things! Ow. Let's sit analyze the bunch. Oh yes, that's Sid's major ability that he comes with, is his Analyze ability, also known as Peep. But basically it casts the Libra on all enemies that are present. And this upgrade is used to change the damage type of his weapon by, well, consuming an item that you have which does damage type, you know, like a Zeus Rage. Either way, there's a bit more for us to run around and go pick up. A lot of it's actually still here in Baron Castle. More specifically, it's all over this way. Which was actually barred off to us before. So, first, we have these treasures. Alrighty. And then we can continue on for more stuff. Hey guys! Sweet Sylvan Mercy! It's the Fleet Master's ghost! What? We're not dead? Alright then, back to work. Yes, this tower was barred to us before, because it was, haunted, or some such. There is definitely much loot to be gained. Let's just make sure I've gotten everything. Yep, that's all that's up here. So, let's head down to the basement of the tower. Pick this up. Make our way further down. Cecil. What? Your Majesty! Return to this place when you have visited the land of where the Eidolons dwell. Then I, too, will lend you my strength. Well, that explains why, why this tower was sealed off. Ignazo killed the king and then sealed his spirit away here, apparently. And it is the king at which Cecil remembers. Hooray! In addition to all that, we are actually done here in Baron now. But we can actually talk to the townsfolk, and well, they'll acknowledge us for who we are now, and well, we'll be happy again. But there isn't anything actually for us to retrieve there. So let's go somewhere where there is something for us to retrieve. Which is over here in the city. After all, it would be good of us to actually let the Elder know of the fate of his apprentices. Parliament Porum would not wish for you to fight on without them. Let a piece of them go with you. And, well, we gain the dual cast augment for having given two augments to one of the twins. Again, the Cry augment for having given at least one augment to Porum. The Bluff augment for having given at least one augment to Palom. And, simply for coming here, we get the Twin Cast augment. 2 of them. So that is now usable. Those children bore a strength of heart that few could claim him to possess. Hooray! The dual cast ability will give a spellcaster the ability to cast 2 spells at once. We want to hold this for one of our spellcasters. The Cry, it's Porum's Cry ability, which reduces the defense of all enemies. We want this on one of our main characters. Bluff is something we would also want on what will become our primary black magic caster. So, normally I would give Tella one of the twin casts. However, because I want to show off the actual most powerful spell in the game, I need to hang on to the twin casts. Sort of. One of them needs to go to Cecil. So instead, I will give up the Bluff to Tella. Because, well, it'll be useful for him. Especially in the near future. We'll hang on to the rest of these. And, well, let us continue to go and loot the world. Starting with area just north of Mount Hobbs. Here it is. The town of Mithrin, which is a curious place, which is populated by tiny folk, frogs, and pigs. Hello, sir. The swine mine the mithril, toads refine it, and the small folk do the smithing. Interesting. Well, that's good. They crashed the game. I'm honestly surprised that the game hadn't crashed earlier. But, well, fortunately, the game does a lot of auto-saving, so it's not so much of a problem. Just hit continue and re-enter the map at the last place where we had entered it. So, let me see. Where's the stuff that I'm looking for? Up. Southwest of the inn. Aha! There we are. Past the unlabeled building. Oh, you're here somewhere. Just grab the item out of the well. Oh, the well is what I was going to see. Figures. Alright, frog around the east of the weapon and armor building, which is this fella. So we can pick up this knife. What up, frog? Yeah, I understand. Search the large bush for some money. And there should be a path around here. Apparently it's over here. There you are. Alright. That's all the items, so let's actually set about making use of what they sell here. And arguably, a lot of it is not incredibly useful, but, well, Sid's current equipment is garbage. You might want him to actually be decently equipped. However, it is not worth buying this equipment for Cecil. Mithril staff we are not going to use, nor will we use the mithril knife. I don't need these. Don't need those clothes. Can't use the demon shield anymore. Now, the ancient sword's worth a lot of money, but it's also a sword without an element associated with it, and that can be valuable to us. There we go. Now Sid's a little less ludicrously equipped. And I suppose an alternative to keeping the ancient sword around would be to buy a mythical sword. Which, actually, given a look at the prices, that's the far more sensible idea. However, for the moment, we don't need it. Alright. And, well, with that out of the way, next time, well, we'll start making our way to Troya, or possibly somewhere else that I'm forgetting about. We will see. Till then, later.